The team at Technology for Hotels knows how busy you are, so we've created this concise briefing to keep you up to date on key happenings in the hotel industry. Let's dive in.
Welcome. So, our sources today are really painting a picture of an industry focused on, well, two big things: strategic infrastructure and some pretty disruptive investment models.
Okay, so how are we going to break that down for everyone?
We'll cover four key areas. First, a rapid update on significant new openings. Then, some fascinating strategic alliances and investment news.
And for that,
We'll check in on key industry awards and then finish up with a look at the crucial leadership appointments, our stars in motion.
sounds like a packed agenda. Let's start with that infrastructure build-out because there's a lot happening in Australia right now. First stop, Western Sydney, the Cabravale Club Resort.
Yeah, this is a massive story. It's really a new blueprint for operations. They've taken the historic Cabravale Digger site and turned it into Australia's first fully integrated club resort.
A club resort. So when you say integrated, what does that actually look like?
It's comprehensive. You've got the 140-room Novotel Sydney Cabramatta right there,
Okay.
plus multiple signature dining venues, a huge event and conference center, and all of this while still supporting their existing community programs. The model itself is the main story.
So the big insight here for the industry is that this blended model club, F&B, MICE hotel is the future for these kinds of regional hubs.
Exactly. It's a benchmark. And we're already hearing that more venues and even a major convention center are coming next.
Okay, speaking of large-scale investment, let's head south to Victoria. The Crowne Plaza Geelong development. This sounds like a big money play.
Oh, it is. We're talking a $120 million project, fully funded by the Plenary Group.
And they've set a very specific opening date, right? January 23, 2026.
They have, and that timeline is key.
Why so specific?
Because it lines up perfectly with Geelong's big summer events. Think the Festival of Sails, the Cadell Evans Great Ocean Road Race. It's all about event synergy.
Ah, so you connect the dots for the listener. Plenary isn't just funding the hotel.
No, not at all. They're also leading the development on the nearly $450 million Niall Banyul Geelong Convention and Events Center right nearby.
So this is a coordinated $500 million plus investment in the region.
It is. And that shows just incredible confidence in the Victorian regional market.
All right, let's shift gears to product innovation in Brisbane. Minor Hotels is launching Avani Living at Queen's Wharf.
And the key here is the product mix. This is a 225-key extended stay property.
So we're talking more than just a standard hotel room.
Much more. These are 1 to 3 bedroom suites, all with full kitchens, laundries. It's a direct response to what travelers, both corporate and leisure, are asking for now: space and flexibility.
It sort of blurs the line between a service department and a luxury hotel.
It does. And it really supports Minor's aggressive global expansion strategy. It lets them capture that super valuable extended stay segment.
Very smart. And for a different kind of innovation, what about Drifter Byron Bay?
Yeah, Drifter is interesting. It's their first venue in Australia, and it's a hybrid model.
Hybrid, you mean a mix of?
A mix of private suites and shared rooms. So you get 52 rooms, but 260 beds total. And it is performing really, really well since opening.
I saw the numbers. They're forecasting over 80% occupancy for November and December.
Right. But the really telling metric is the average length of stay.
Which is?
4.2 nights. That is a long time for leisure travelers, and it shows the model is working.
And it's attracting a global audience, too, 60% international.
It is. The design, the flexibility, it's all resonating with that traveler who wants a longer, more relaxed lifestyle visit.
Okay, let's move from infrastructure to global finance. This is where things get really interesting. Dart Global and the Trump Organization have announced a new hotel in the Maldives.
Right. The Trump International Hotel Maldives, slated for late 2028, around 80 villas, but, the hotel itself is only half the story.
The other half being the way they're funding it.
Precisely. They're focusing very heavily on a tokenized investment model.
Okay, now, that's a term a lot of people in our audience will be hearing more of. What exactly does tokenization mean in this context?
Well, put simply, instead of funding from, say, a huge private equity firm, tokenization lets you represent the value of the project with digital tokens on a blockchain.
So it allows for fractional ownership.
Exactly. It breaks down the investment into smaller pieces. So instead of needing to be a massive fund to get in on a luxury resort, a wider pool of investors can participate during the development phase.
That feels, well, potentially very disruptive for capital raising in the luxury space.
It is. It's a model to watch very closely.
Definitely. Now, shifting from capital to brand strategy, what's happening with Centara Hotels and Resorts and NUO International?
This is a textbook example of a really sophisticated cross-border partnership. They've signed a major agreement for a two-way brand licensing model.
A two-way model. So it's not just one company managing the other's properties.
No, it's about mutual expansion. The narrative they're building is this beautiful cultural synergy, merging Thai hospitality with Chinese service.
So for NUO, it's an entry into Southeast Asia.
A high-quality entry, yes. And for Centara, it's a critical pathway to expand into mainland China. It's a very smart move to capture tourism flows between those two massive markets.
Makes sense. Okay, let's transition to industry recognition. A big congratulations is in order for the winners at the Australian Hotel Awards for Excellence.
Indeed. Darwin Airport Resorts took home gold for Best Marketed Hotel.
And that's for their airport resort concept, right? A really smart way to differentiate.
It absolutely is. It's about finding your niche and just owning that narrative. Also, a big congrats to the Adelaide Marriott Hotel.
They won Best Upper Upscale Hotel of the Year at the HM Awards. That is a fiercely competitive category.
It really is. It speaks volumes about their team's operational excellence.
They also have a big milestone anniversary.
We do. The Renaissance Phuket Resort and Spa is celebrating 15 years, and they marked it with a pretty significant design refresh.
And this wasn't just a cosmetic update, was it? It was strategic.
Very strategic. The goal was to deepen the guests' connection to the local culture, to Mai Khao Beach, to southern Thailand. The new rooms draw inspiration from local crafts and the sea.
It just highlights that trend, doesn't it? Luxury resorts have to constantly reinvest to keep the experience authentic.
They do. And they're running a Stay Premium Experience local promotion through April 2026 to celebrate.
Nice. And finally, in the workplace category, a huge win for Hilton.
A massive win. They were named the #1 world's best workplace by Great Place to Work and Fortune.
But not just globally.
That's the fascinating part. They also secured the #1 best workplace in Australia for 2025. To get both, that is a huge endorsement of their culture.
That kind of consistency at that scale is so hard to achieve. Okay, let's wrap up with our stars in motion, the key leadership moves.
Right. We're seeing a clear trend towards strengthening regional operations. Let's start with individual appointments. A big welcome to Mohammed Shaltout, the new executive chef at Edge by Rotana.
And Faiz Proez is taking over as front office manager at Sandman Hotel Group.
Then, on the corporate side, Darren Holscher is the new group operations manager at ELG Australia, and Benjamin Ward is the new area manager at Another Star.
It also looks like Millennium Hotels and Resorts in New Zealand is really beefing up its commercial team.
They are. Rachel Finlay is the new director of sales for corporate conference and incentives. She brings over 20 years of experience.
And to complement that,
Angelique Vander Murray joins as head of marketing and brand, bringing 22 years in luxury hotel marketing, a real power duo.
the extended stay segment also continues to attract top talent. Urban Rest has a new appointment.
Yes. Jip van Drijst is now head of real estate for APAC, and his focus is specifically on moving the company deeper into hotel management agreements, a clear growth strategy.
Marriott is also making a significant move, signaling the importance of the Maldives.
They are. Silvio Rosenberger is expanding his role. Effective January 2026, he becomes market vice president for the Maldives, on top of his existing APEC operations role.
And finally, a big one. The first Radisson RED in Australasia is coming to Auckland, and they've announced the entire senior leadership team.
This is a formidable team for a brand launch. Rainout Engel is stepping in as general manager.
And leading the commercial side, you have Vidya Raffanta as director of marketing.
And O. Sringarajan as director of sales.
And the support team.
It's all in place. Nileshni Chand as financial controller, Parijata Moreva as people and culture manager, and Asunka Fernando as rooms division manager.
That's a full slate. They are not leaving anything to chance with that launch. That wraps up this week's 5-Star Weekly Briefing. Thanks for tuning in and staying informed with the latest in the hotel industry.
Don't forget to check out our 5-Star Conversations podcast, where Brendan Granger from Technology for Hotels sits down with the industry's most influential leaders to uncover their journeys, insights, and the future of hospitality. It's a must-listen for anyone passionate about elevating their guest experience and driving innovation in the hotel world.
Until next time, stay well and stay ahead. See you next week.